I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, 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 and I'm a cat. I'm a kitty cat. I'm a kitty cat. Meow, 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 meow. Hey, what's going on, guys? Let's get back to another stream. Today, we are going to be animating some animals. So first off, the first thing I want you guys to do is I want you guys to, right off the bat, just tell me any animal that I should animate. Because, you know what? I want to go out of my comfort zone. Not just a cat, not some regular animal that you might think of right off the top of your head, like a dog, cat, something along those lines. It's not what I want. I want just something very different, very unique, something you would probably not actually see or not very often anyway. And cat is the first thing that is said. I love that. It's just like, not a cat, as if the first thing is said. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you all for coming out. I'm getting the stream up on my phone right now. But a hedgehog, that's actually kind of cool. Let's look up a hedgehog here. Hedgehog, okay. So a hedgehog, it's kind of, oh, it's cute. Hedgehogs are cute. I never even knew. So we're going to kind of be doing like a cartoon hedgehog, I guess. So we're going to copy these images, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be pasting them, and then we're going to try to actually make like a rough 1920 by 1080, I believe. That's what it is. But yeah, we're just going to be taking these pictures of animals, and we're going to be trying to use them as references so we can get kind of a clear depiction of what a hedgehog is going to look like. And then we're going to make like a cartoon hedgehog, and I think it's going to be really cool. Aw, they're so, aw, poor hedgehog. They're really cute. I didn't even know that. I did not even know that hedgehogs were this cute. I did not know that. They're really cute. Oh, this is perfect. This is a perfect image just because it really shows us exactly what a hedgehog kind of looks like right off like the bat. You know, you can see like the front and everything. We're going to try to get like another kind of view almost just to kind of see like how their body is proportioned almost. Ooh, this is very good if we're going to have like a walking guy. If we're going to have a guy walking, that would be nice. So now we're going to look up a cartoon hedgehog. And what do you guys think the hedgehog should be doing? Like, should it have like an actual like job or something? Or what do you guys think? So as for cartoon hedgehogs, we just kind of want simple ones almost. So we can have like, let's see. We can have like a hedgehog like this guy. He's a very kind of like simple hedgehog almost. Nothing too advanced. Just very simple, which is something I like. I like simple kind of drawings like that. What else? Like a simple hedgehog. What else is kind of more of a simple hedgehog? I kind of like this guy. He's very nice, not very detailed, which again is a thing that I kind of prefer. We're gonna have a cartoon hedgehog face as well, just so we can really get like the face proportions and everything. Let's see. So what do you guys think the hedgehog should be doing in like the animation? I do not know currently. That's why I usually ask you guys for suggestions, because you guys' suggestions are always very, very helpful. Okay, so we're gonna do a hedgehog, cartoon hedgehog face. So we're gonna kind of see like what the face of a hedgehog kind of looks like. There's not really like big kind of like hedgehog thing. Oh, this is kind of cool. I like this one because it kind of shows us, you know, like this spikiness, I guess you could say, of the hedgehog. And then we're gonna get rid of the cartoon, so it's just a hedgehog face. So dancing. Oh, this is cute. This is cute. This is cute. I like this guy. Or we could just do like a regular drawing, but I guess that's not as good, I guess you could say, maybe. We're going to kind of put this dude over here, and we're going to make this guy a little bit smaller. He's pretty big. He could be a little smaller. Okay, there we go. So now we have like all these different kind of references for a hedgehog. So now what we have to do is we have to kind of like go out of our lane, and we just gotta do hedgehog drawings. Any sort of hedgehog would work. We're just going to kind of do rough sketches of different cartoon-based hedgehogs. We're gonna have a construction line, and then we're actually going to kind of get into like the actual refining-ish. Not a lot though. But as for a hedgehog, so their body proportions, so they're kind of a little bit curved up here. So they're kind of like round almost. But they have like this body where it's kind of like this. I probably should draw kind of like this. But they have this body, and it kind of goes up like this. And then they have like their arms, but like they have little feet. And kind of like this. So if this was an actual drawing of a hedgehog, this is kind of exactly what it would look like. Like this would be the construction line for a hedgehog. This would literally be the construction line. It turns into that. Obviously, well, that's not the best thing. So I feel like 50 likes for 5 more mods. Oh god, I don't think we're going to be able to reach that, but you know what? Good luck. So we're going to have the hedgehog, and it's going to be kind of like a hedgehog, you know, that's kind of like walking around. So it's going to be, you know, just a regular walking hedgehog, kind of like this. We're going to add a little more kind of like, I don't know how you would explain it, but just kind of more stiff lines almost. Like this. Like that. So that's pretty cool. So then the hedgehog kind of has like a little bit kind of like coming out this way, which is kind of its little tiny nose, its little muzzle, I guess you could say. And their ears are kind of like right here almost. So it's much smaller, and what, like, the unique thing, I guess you could say about hedgehogs is their body proportions. They just have this like huge, well, they're basically a big lump, and then you just kind of see their tiny little claws like this. And I think that's kind of cool about them. That's like one of the coolest things about them, because like, you know, they're not very, like, I don't really know even how to explain it, but they don't really have a lot of like feet and everything to them. They're just kind of much smaller and everything. So like they have their cute little nose like this and everything, and they have their eyes, and then they have little ears. But what really sets them apart from any other animal is their spikes. And on their head, you can kind of see like the spikes are kind of starting to form. But then once it actually gets to the body, then that's where the spikes really come. And what I'm wondering is like how exactly we're going to make this work almost. So yeah, we have our hedgehog, and it's got a beautiful ear, by the way. Like, this is kind of like the hedgehog ear. So it has a nice ear, and also on the other side it does as well, but we're not to there yet. So we're doing kind of little spikes. So these spikes are very significant because they show what the actual hedgehog is. If you can't see the hedgehogness to it, which I guess really is just the spikes, I find hedgehogs to be something that just, it's all spikes almost. Now, obviously that isn't true. They're not just spikes. And we're really looking at these references to kind of accurately kind of do a drawing of a hedgehog and just kind of see where it kind of ends out almost. So like we have the hedgehog, and the eyes, what I realized from the eyes is that they're kind of like just big balls, and they have kind of like this, but then they only have like a small like ring on the outside. Like they only have this kind of small ring, and that's it. Like they don't have anything else. As for the ears are just normal, and they're actually kind of rounded almost instead of kind of more pointy, so we're gonna have to fix that. But that's kind of cool. I always kind of imagined hedgehogs, you know, just spiky animals, but that's really not it. It's not very close, I guess you could say. So I just have like these little spikes to them, which I kind of like because they're almost like tufts of fur, but they're not. They're spiky, which is kind of hard to, I guess, draw, because you really have to show that it's not fur, it's spikes. And each spike has to have kind of like their own significance, and you just gotta really make them pointy and make them stand out, I guess. So yeah, it's kind of hard. So as for the like mouth, so it's actually where it's like this. So we're gonna have it like kind of like this, but we're gonna see like if we can like have like an open mouth almost, like a cheery kind of smile. And I'm guessing that hedgehogs kind of have like teeth almost like this, like that. And it has like its little tongue. So hedgehogs have that tongue. And then as for the back is much bigger. It has more spikes, but they're much larger spikes because they really just kind of show almost. So we're just kind of getting the rough sketches to him. But the thing is, we're not going to be able to do every single one of these lines or spikes for the hedgehog and animate it. That would take forever. That's why we'd have to kind of improvise almost for it. And to improvise, we really have to get rid of a ton of the spikes, which sometimes can be very hard to do because the spikes do have significance. They're very significant. They really are. And, when you get rid of something significant, it's just like, whoa, what is this creature that I am looking at right now? So this is kind of like our little kind of hedgehog that we almost have. That we almost have, because, yeah, it's just like it's a little hedgehog. Of course, it has kind of like these lines and everything throughout. But what we have to do is we have to make this hedgehog, and we have to make it smaller. We have to make a lot of details much smaller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take my brush, and I'm just going to make it really big. I'm going to draw kind of what I want the hedgehog to look like. So we know what the hedgehog looks like, but I kind of want this hedgehog to be kind of like a cool hedgehog almost. It's kind of like leaning back almost, and no, it's not dabbing. It's kind of like resting his arm kind of like this, just kind of like, yeah. And kind of like holding like a cup of coffee almost. Like it's a cup of coffee. And I can almost kind of imagine what the other parts of the body is going to look like, because he's going to kind of be like crossed like this almost, like that. And like those rounded ears and everything. And yeah, this is kind of what I want the hedgehog to look like. Of course, it's going to have spikes on its back. So the spikes also have to show up in it, which can be hard. So we're going to make the opacity much smaller, and we're just going to go off of it. So let's go ahead and actually get my drawing brush, which is right here. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to make this very small, and we're just going to kind of see what we can make of it right now. So as for the ears, we've got pretty nice ears. We're going to have little kind of tufts, spikes really. They're just spikes. So in order to show that they're spikes, we just have to do like the same kind of pattern for each one. And then you kind of understand that they're not fur, because fur kind of blows in the wind. Spikes, well, they don't really blow in the wind. Sure, they're spikes. Therefore, they're just kind of like there. They don't really move that much. And that's kind of what I think is going to make it a little bit better, is the spikes. It's just the texture almost of the spikes. I don't really know exactly if I'm saying this in a correct way, but it's just the spikes in general that just change everything almost. So we have this, and now the eyes. The eyes are pretty large. The eyes of they're pretty large. They're a significant size. They're much smaller than the nose, because the nose is actually a pretty big nose. And it also has kind of like this just small layer of just a little bit of color almost. And as for this, so he's going to kind of be like this, and then he's going to have this nose. And this nose, their noses are very different because it goes like this. It's not like a normal nose you would see, because if you kind of look at it, it's just like that. Kind of like this almost. So it's a very weird shape almost because it's kind of like flat. And then it's almost like the nostrils are right here. Like that. Almost, except of course a little bit wider. Or longer, I guess you could say. So we're going to draw the nose. Of course. And it has to be much bigger than the eyeballs because that's what I've determined. Is that the nose is bigger than the eyeballs. So this is kind of like the nostrils almost right there. So that's very different. Very different. And then it kind of has like the small kind of muzzle almost. Of course, it's very spiky as well. And it's going to kind of be like almost smiling in a smirking kind of way almost. And it's going to be like talking almost like this. So this is kind of like what our hedgehog looks like. And it's very spiky. It may or may not look like a bear, but I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if it looks like a bear or not. Okay. So as for the larger spikes, these are much more like something that we have to really pay attention to. We really have to make them large and spiky. So it gradually kind of gets thinner. And then, you know, we have the claws. So these claws, they're kind of going to be like wrapped kind of like this almost. So it's going to be like that. Something else I also realized is kind of like maybe if we take this and almost like let it kind of go out almost like that. I'm just kind of letting the fur kind of go out almost that way. Might make it look a little bit better. There we go. Bions, why you message me in the middle of the stream? I don't even think he knows that I'm even streaming. I don't even know if he knows I have a YouTube channel. Okay, so as for the cup of Joe that he has holding, okay, so we're gonna have the cup, and he's going to have his claws this way and one claw like that. So I have like this and that. Okay, good. And kind of like that almost, but it has to kind of go into there, so kind of like that. I'm gonna go ahead and check if he did it right. Let's check. See if Ranger, my corner. My corner. Danny has no corner now. Ha 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 ha. Danny has no corner now. It's my corner. See if Ranger has his own corner. Oh, by the way, guys, 25 likes and I'll, no, 30 likes. Since that 25 might be a little easy, 30 likes and I'll add 2 new moderators to the stream. 2. And just randomly. My blacked out corner. My blacked out corner. You just get that. You get your corner. You have a beautiful corner. And Danny can't take it away from you. He can't take it. I haven't seen Danny a lot. That's okay. But now you have your own corner. And Danny can be jealous. He's going to be so jealous when he finds out. He's going to be like, what? What? No, this is not fair. It's my corner. Is all he says. He just wants his corner. So this is our sort of, kind of, ish dude. Notification squad. Oh, thank you, coconuts. Just give me all the Slack messages. Yes. They're messaging me on Slack. And I'm gonna kind of add this layer of like the spikes because I feel like it can really show that it really is what it is. Okay. Okay. You asked for Slack messages. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I get some Slack messages. Because I slack. Because I'm a slacker. I'm a slacker. No, Girlcat, you're not a slacker, but I am a slacker. I am a slacker. No, I'm not. Why am I talking to myself like this? I don't know. Okay. We're going to increase it by 2, and we're going to get kind of a desaturated brown color. Kind of like this. Because as you can see, it's kind of like a desaturated, kind of darkish, kind of brown. Like that. So we're going to paint bucket. Ooh, not that dark. Okay, so, well, their actual, like, fur is actually really light. But since it's, like, this part, I'm going to add kind of like a saturated one. Saturated version. And then over here, there's a desaturated, well, actually right there, it's really a desaturated kind of color. And then right here, it's a very dark, significant color along with that. Very dark, desaturated brown. There we go. That's nice. And then this would be kind of like the exact same color as this one right here. Like that. And then finally, this would be the same color as this. And we're going to have, yeah, some other stuff. So blue for this guy, and kind of like a dark, again, desaturated-ish kind of blue. Maybe not that desaturated, but like that blue. There we go. Stream's not working for many viewers? Oh no, I did not know this. It's not working. The stream house is fine. I don't know why it wouldn't be working. I don't know why it's not working. Because like the stream health, usually it's at low output. I'm not sure why it's not working for you guys. That is weird. Is it like buffering, or does it just not show up in general? If it doesn't show up in general, it might be YouTube. And that could be a big problem because YouTube has not loved us recently, and it's just been like, you know what? I'm not going to allow Girlcat to stream when she actually streams. I'm just not going to let it happen. Yeah. I'm going to prevent it at all costs. I will prevent it at all costs. No matter what it takes, I will prevent her from streaming. Mwahahaha. Okay, let's see. So the problem, it doesn't load for mini. It works for me, but it's black for mini. It's loading. That would usually be a low output, but the stream health is in green, which means that there's no low output. So maybe, possibly, it could be YouTube, and it might not be like getting it to some places. Maybe those people are kind of like in a common area, maybe in like Europe or something like that. I'm not really sure. I'm not very sure. Should work, but it isn't. Which is the problem. Okay. As for hedgehogs, they kind of have like a very light color. Comes in kind of like over in this area. And then like that, almost. And then right here, a darker. You should draw a coconut. A coconut. A big coconut. How big is this coconut gonna be then? Would it be a very big coconut, or would it be a small coconut, or how would it go? How would this coconut be? How big? How small? How smart? How smart are coconuts? You're smarter than a coconut. No. Just like, are you smarter than a coconut? And it's just like a TV show, and it's kind of like, are you smarter than a 5th grader? But like, yeah, it's questions only coconuts know, and it's all about coconuts. So, yeah. It's like, how long does it take for a young coconut to grow? 5 weeks? Do you need a coconut to come up there and help you? No, I don't think coconuts can speak, but I don't need help from an inanimate object. Thank you very much, but really don't need help from an inanimate object. It's just, I mean, it's living, or it was. What? I'm still on my tree. What are you talking about? Says the coconut that nobody even notices in the corner of the room. Oh. Hello there, coconut. Number 5. I did not see you there. So we're gonna just kind of get this. We're gonna kind of give it almost a spiky kind of attitude now. So we're really gonna kind of draw in the spikes now. So the spikes here are much less, and it might be harder to differentiate them. So that might be a problem, just trying to differentiate. But other than that, you know, the spikes are probably gonna be pretty easy to identify, hopefully. Fairly easy anyway to identify. So kind of like this, we're just gonna get in that. There we go. Perfect. Just perfect. So we're gonna do a lighter color. And this is just kind of to get some spikes in there. It's just to really show that, yeah, there's spikes. There's spikes. Porcupines, or not porcupines, hedgehogs are spiky. Sorry, I have porcupines on my mind because they're very similar to hedgehogs, and I know all you people that really love hedgehogs and everything and just adore them are probably like, what? A hedgehog is nothing like a porcupine. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. So you got that. That's pretty good. We're gonna get like basically a black color in here too. I'm just gonna kind of have them both there. I like to use all these different colors and just kind of put them in there because it really kind of shows some spiky like. Why don't you use Super Chat? You have to like sign up for it. I don't know. I don't remember. I think there was something that I couldn't like do or something to get Super Chat. I would enable Super Chat, but I think there's something I have to do which I can't do. Like maybe pay or something. I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, you can see just the spikiness of it, and then there's like a little spikiness to this guy. I'm not sure. I think there's something with it. I'm not sure why it's not working. I think it has something to do with YouTube, to be perfectly honest with you guys. I strongly believe it has something to do with YouTube. And there's probably something wrong with the streaming on YouTube. And a lot of people can't, well, see the streams, which is an unfortunate thing. I might have to end it because of that, which is something I obviously do not prefer to do, but sometimes have to do. I'm gonna get a complete black. Okay, there we go. We're gonna get a white kind of color. It's beautiful so far. That is one hedgehog indeed. Beautiful hedgehog. So, who can actually see it? I think not a lot of people can see it, and that's very concerning. YouTube, what did you do? What did you do, YouTube? I think YouTube made a boo-boo. I kind of like doing these just because it kind of shows. It's kind of cool. And then as for the line work, I like to sometimes go over the line work with a thicker brush just to kind of show that, you know, it's just much thicker. And sometimes it really adds to the cartoon style most of the time. And I can make lines thicker in other areas than it is in some others. Like, some areas might be thinner or have thinner lines than other areas, but most of the time I just kind of make it just very thick around the whole entire thing. Yeah, it's just really nice. Works for you now? Okay, that's a good thing. It's not as very significant on the coffee cup as it really is for everything else on the outside, because it really just shows the spikes, which is, well, the most important thing on a hedgehog. If you did not know that, it's one of the most important things on hedgehogs. And now you know. And the more you know. The more you know. So we're gonna have these kind of like claws almost. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. That's beautiful. I really like it, by the way. I really like it. Now I know what you're saying. It might not be the best, but it's still cool. Like, look, you can kind of like tell that he's kind of like, it makes him look cooler. Like that, but that, and that. Just the significance of the line, like the thickness of the line, really changes everything. Like, I just kind of like it like this. I like that. I like that. It's a beautiful bear, by the way. It's beautiful. Beautiful. It won't let you. Oh, why, YouTube? Why? You know what? Since YouTube's doing all this, I think I'll just end the stream here. Yeah, it's just, that really sucks because, you know, I'd rather do it, but I don't know. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, I guess, and if you did, just click that like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. So,